Big royal news this morning. It has been reported, as we said, King Charles has evicted Harry and Meghan from their UK residence, Frogmore Cottage. And apparently he's going to be offering it to Prince Andrew, of all people. Well, royal editor Russell Myers joins me now. This is a strange one. I guess maybe not totally unexpected, though.
Yeah, good morning, Lorraine. Well, it seems as though a day can't pass without another royal rumble, and we've got one eviction, but we've got two evictions on the cards, because this follows hot on the heels of Prince Andrew apparently being forced to leave his royal lodge home because he can't afford the upkeep of the 30-bedroom mansion that he's been living in. But apparently the King has now evicted Harry and Meghan from Frogmore Cottage. And the reason why this is fairly controversial is because we've already heard so many stories about Frogmore Cottage. It was a gift from the Queen before their 2018 wedding. Then the taxpayers footed the bill up to nearly £2.5 million to redo it, to convert it into a family home. Harry and Meghan eventually paid that money back, but it seems as though now the King has said you're pretty much not welcome on the Windsor land because of everything that's happened in Harry's book. So the plot thickens, and as you say, what does this mean for the coronation?
Well, that's true, and you wonder, why are we hearing this story now, and where it comes from? And you're absolutely right. The implications are, well, could be huge.
Well, definitely. I'd imagine the reason why we're hearing it now is because, we're trickling through the days, less than 10 weeks now to the coronation. Of course, the King is trying to get all his ducks in a row with what that means for himself, his family as well. Will Harry and Meghan be at the coronation? This is possibly a big sign that they won't be. Will they be welcomed from the family? An awful lot of talk whether they will come over. I mean, I was just told last week by some people very close to Harry that he hadn't made a decision. He was still undecided. However, will that decision be taken out of his hands? I suppose we're just waiting and waiting to see what happens, aren't we?
It's quite astonishing that you're downsizing into, I know we call it Frogmore Cottage, but it's huge. It's absolutely huge. But Prince Andrew's not for budging. He is clinging on to the sofa. He is not being moved.
Yes, well, isn't he just? I mean, the reason why this involves him is because the King is telling everybody to tighten their belts. And he used to get about £250,000 a year sort of supplement from the Queen for the upkeep of his house. Now, Royal Lodge is a 30-bedroom mansion. Now, we already know he's been forced to part with many millions of his own money. Of where that money comes from, again, is shrouded in mystery. But has he been offered Frogmore Cottage? Would that suit his lifestyle, more aptly if he wants to carry on a big legal case against Virginia Giuffre? I mean, the plot thickens every day with this story. But as you say, he is not for budging. But again, I think the King might take it out of his hands in due course.
It's astonishing. And obviously, we've talked a lot about Harry's book. And in the book, he did talk about Courtney Cox and a slightly strange party at her house. And she's had something to say about that, hasn't she?
Well, she has. I mean, nobody came off lightly within the royal family, and a few other celebrity names chucked in there as well. And Harry, in his memoir Spare, was giving pretty graphic details about him hallucinating when he was staying in Courtney Cox's house because he'd taken some magic mushrooms. Now, talking to a bin, absolutely bizarre scenario. But Courtney Cox has come out and said she definitely didn't give him the mushrooms. She doesn't know where that story came from. So I suppose perhaps we'll have to ask Harry when he joins in his seminar next week, which you can still get tickets for, I'm told.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. You've got to pay, what was it, £17 something or other? I can't, but you get a free copy of the book. So there you are. Yeah. Very bizarre. Prince and Princess of Wales, meanwhile, in Wales yesterday.
Yes, they were. I just sort of knackered me out looking at it. They were taking part in a spin class. Kate won, even though she was in 4-inch heels. But a very important message, all about mental health, supporting the local communities in Wales. So back to business for them.
Absolutely. Thank you, Russell. Thank you so much.